Welcome to the Swedish Defence University. In this webinar, we will be speaking about the new one-year master's program in International Operational Law. With us today, we have Jan Kleffner, Professor in International Law, and Marika Ericson, Head of Center for Operational and International Law. International Operational Law is a term not many are maybe familiar with. Could you maybe explain a bit what it means?
Well, international operational law is an area of international law that deals with operations of the military, crisis management operations, and other security-related operations. And it regulates the conduct of states and intergovernmental organizations and other actors in crisis and armed conflict. The area of law consists of a number of subfields of international law that include the law of armed conflict, the law governing the use of force between states, human rights law in crisis and conflict situations, the law of peace operations, and also importantly, responsibility issues related to those subfields.
That is indeed interesting. So now the Swedish Defence University has chosen to start this one-year master's program in this field. Why is it so?
Well, partly I think because there is a clear need out on the labor market for this type of skill and knowledge. We see that the demand for international lawyers focusing on operations is increasing all the time, both in the military and civilian setting. So that's part of it. And also with the special niche that the university has, this fits in very nicely and gives us a possibility to also connect to the other subjects in the Defence University in a good way, which is of benefit for us also. And I believe also that part of why we want to do this is that there is a clear lack of programs of this type, both internationally and nationally. To combine this kind of practice-oriented international law program, that's something that we don't see anywhere else in Sweden. And so far internationally there are a few, but not that many. So there is a clear market for it, we believe, where students would like to learn more about this.
You're filling a clear gap here.
Hopefully.
So what is the criteria for applying for this program?
Well, the formal criteria are either a Swedish law degree, juristexamen, or a bachelor with a specialization in international law that students would, for instance, be able to gain from the university, from the Swedish Defence University, or equivalent foreign degrees. And that's very important for us because we are reaching out to foreign students as much as to Swedish students. And for those foreign students, we would look at equivalent qualifications. That is a basic law degree with some international law in it, or some sort of a specialization in international law within other fields. So a basic degree in another field than law, but then with international law elements of that in that education.
So who do you think should apply for this program?
Well, in this sense, you can be a quite new graduate, that you have a law degree already, but you want to specialize further. You could also be already practicing law. We're thinking that this program will be of interest also for a military legal advisor who want to specialize further, for lawyers who want to work internationally if you're a Swedish student, or who already works in organizations, civilian or military type.
This master's program is a one-year program. Could you maybe describe the outline?
Yes, the program consists of 60 credits and is divided into 6 compulsory courses in the first semester. And the second semester then has 2 elective courses plus the master thesis. The compulsory courses include a course on advanced law of armed conflict, a course on the law governing the use of force, international operational law and peace operations, international criminal law, human rights in crisis situations and conflict. And then we have a 6th course which involves an adjunct professor who comes each year to deliver a course on a topical issue of international operational law. The elective courses then in the second semester are 2, and there students can select a course, for instance, on international operational law and operational planning, or a course on new technologies, or international disaster law. So they have a number of options there to select from. And then the year ends with the master thesis.
Yeah, interesting. So is this mainly a theoretical program, or are there maybe some practical moments as well?
Absolutely. The idea is to combine theory and practice in a good way. International law is very much about applying law to cases or to operations or situations. And in that sense, we try to integrate as much as possible, build a theoretical base, but at the same time, through case studies, moot courts, we try to integrate the students in exercises that already take place, military or civilian exercises, so they get the chance to be part of that operational environment and try their skills in law. So that's absolutely the aim. We also try to combine with practice a lot through guest lecturers, so that we can get applied perspectives into the topics through them also.
Good. So what happens when you finish this program? What's the future prospects?
There are quite a few, actually. I mean, it can be that graduates find a job in the military or in humanitarian organizations as legal advisors, intergovernmental organizations, non-governmental organizations are also possibilities. Practicing attorneys might also benefit from the specialist knowledge that they gain in the program. And not the least, it also opens up for PhD studies. So the academic avenue certainly is also open to graduates of this master program.
Nice. Lastly, why should one choose to study at the Swedish Defence University?
I think mainly because we really are the meeting point for international and national students. This program, as we said, is very much focusing on international students, but of course in combination with Swedish students who are interested in working abroad. And in combination, our student groups here in the university is also military and civilian. We have a lot of applying or practice-oriented courses and educations in the Defence University, meaning that you, as a student, constantly meet already practicing lawyers or officers or civil servants in the university. So I think that's a main rationale for coming here, to be part of that very intermixed environment.
Well, one could add to that the university is of course very niched, and so is our program. Everything at this university is connected to security and defense and crisis management, and we give the legal dimension to that, to those fields. It's very niched in that sense. It's not broad but deep. And we try to emulate that also in the program, so students really can gain that depth of knowledge that they need to excel later on in their careers.
Thank you. Looking forward to see what happens with this program.